The fourth thing I need to mention is make sure you tell them what experience you've had and what you've learned from this. So for example, what contact have you had with the medical field? Have you done any voluntary work? Have you done any work experience? Have you had any part-time jobs which relate to the medical field? Stuff like this will show that you're more advanced than the other student who hasn't had this sort of experience. So say you've done some work experience or voluntary work. Like I did some voluntary work at a hospital for about a year and a half, and what I wrote in my personal statement was that I tried to link it with medicine, with the course medicine. So I said, I know that being a doctor can be emotionally and physically challenging because I volunteered for a year and a half at a hospital, and I saw that the doctors were both physically challenged because they had to work long hours, and they were emotionally challenged because they had to deal with the death of patients. And sometimes it can be the death of a 5-year-old patient or even a middle-aged person, but regardless, it's emotionally challenging. So if you mention something like that and link it to the course or the job sector that you're thinking of applying to, then you've already got an advantage there. So the fourth thing is make sure you mention what work experience or voluntary work you've got, and make sure you link your work experience and voluntary work to the sector that you're applying to. The fifth thing that I need to mention is tell them about the extracurricular activities that you take part in. It's just to show them that you are a normal person, that you're not a person who just loves reading books and sitting exams, that you do go out and you do take part in sports, that you do you've got a life outside of school. When you first try and think of the things that you do outside of school, it's going to be hard. Like I remember when I first sat down and I was thinking, so what do I actually do outside of school? Nothing comes in your head. You keep thinking to yourself, I'm actually a boring person. But it takes time to write down all the things that you do outside of school, all the extracurricular activities that you do. Also bring up extracurricular activities from your past. So say for example you've done the Duke of Edinburgh, mention that. Say for example you used to play for the rugby team, mention that. Stuff like that. Also include subtle links to interpersonal skills that you learned from this, and also subtle links to the course or the subject that you're applying to. One of my examples was that I used to host a radio show on a local radio station, and I mentioned that being a radio presenter enabled me to think quick under pressure, and this improved my ability to think quick under pressure, which is a vital skill required by a doctor. So not only did I mention my interpersonal skill that I've acquired from there, I've also mentioned the link to the medical field and how a doctor needs that interpersonal skill as well. So try and link it to the course that you're applying to or the job that you're looking to get. And the final thing that I need to mention is make sure you have a small paragraph of things that you do in your spare time which link to your course. For example, do you read any articles or journals about medicine? Do you listen to any radio programs or radio shows related to the course that you want to study? Have you attended any conferences which link to the sector that you want to work in? Just stuff like this. You don't have to, you can sort of exaggerate a little bit. Like I said, I used to listen to Inside Health, which was a radio show. But honestly, I listened to like one episode every couple of months, and I told them I read the BMJ, but I wouldn't say I read the BMJ. I skimmed through the cover, or do you know what I mean? So you can exaggerate a bit, but just be careful. They might catch you out if you are interviewed, like for medicine or dentistry. They can catch you out sometimes. So before you go into your interview, make sure you brush up on your BMJ knowledge or your Inside Health knowledge. That's all for now. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully I'll have some more videos coming up soon. Thanks for watching. Bye now.